Okay, I am showing you guys my pretty much new favorite recipe of the whole year so far, and it is like this amazing marriage between an orange chicken recipe with a kind of a sweet and sour pork recipe, and it is sweet, it is sticky and sour and tangy and citrusy and so good, you guys. It's going to literally blow your mind. And of course, as always on this channel, it is vegan and gluten-free, and it's super high in protein. So if those kinds of recipes are the kinds that you like to make, so do I. So make sure you subscribe below so you don't miss out on anything like this again in the future. And let's get right into it. Okay, so for this video, I'm pretty much going to be breaking it down into 3 sections. We're gonna start with the protein, then move on to the sauce, and then the veggie prep. Okay, so starting with the protein, my #1 choice for this recipe would have to be soy curls. That's because I find that personally, they achieve the most chicken or meat-like texture of all the plant-based proteins out there. And when you air fry them up, they get so ridiculously crispy and crunchy, and they're just so good. But you may have seen me make this recipe recently in a what I eat in a day with some tempeh, and it works great as well. So definitely you can try tempeh if you don't have soy curls, and I think this would also be really great with tofu. I do think that air frying them up into little cubes, or you can even shred the tofu if you want more of like a shredded meat texture, would also be fabulous. So to make the soy curls, all you need are some hydrated soy curls, soy sauce, sesame oil, and a little bit of cornstarch. So first, we're going to take some soy sauce, or you can use, of course, gluten-free tamari. We're just going to pour that over our rehydrated soy curls, followed by a little bit of sesame oil. Now, if you are oil-free, you can totally omit this, but you might not get quite as crispy soy curls as you would with using oil. Then once you give it a good toss, we're then just gonna take a few tablespoons of cornstarch, and you're just going to drizzle that or sprinkle it over your soy curls, and again, give it another little toss. Make sure that there's no white flourish spots remaining, and then you're just gonna transfer those soy curls onto a lined baking tray, or if you have a large air fryer, you could obviously air fry these into smaller batches, and we're just gonna pop them in the oven, bake them up for about 40 minutes until they are super crispy and crunchy. Okay, so let's move on to the sauce now. Now, I would argue that the orange sauce here is definitely the star of the show. It is what is going to absolutely make the meal. So a few things is you can either choose to fresh squeeze your own oranges to make the orange juice if you like, or you can just buy store-bought orange juice. Store-bought can be a little bit on the bitter side, but once you make your sauce, you can always taste it, and if you need to add a little extra sweetener, you can totally do that. If you don't have the extra 10 minutes like I did to make my own orange juice, just go for store-bought. Now, we are also gonna be using fresh ginger and garlic in this recipe, and I always say garlic is one of those things you have to measure with your heart. So if you want less or more garlic than what I have in this recipe, go for it. Just go for it. Add more. I don't see why you'd add less, but you can definitely add more. Same goes for the ginger. So in addition to the orange juice, this recipe is gonna need some sweetener like maple syrup, some apple cider vinegar, and some soy sauce or tamari. So first off, if you're gonna be using your own oranges to make orange juice, use one of those and remove the zest from one orange. You're gonna need about a tablespoon of orange zest, and then you can proceed to squeeze your own oranges and make some orange juice. I did the not so common way by using a citrus squeezer, but if you actually had an orange juice squeezer, or whatever you call them, orange juice press, you can use one of those too. Now to add some saltiness, savoriness, a little bit of umami flavor, we're gonna add some soy sauce, and we're also gonna add some apple cider vinegar. This is just gonna really help to boost up the acidity level, and then we're gonna add some maple syrup as our liquid sweetener, but you can always use date syrup or agave syrup if that's what you have. Now for this recipe, I'm using about 5 cloves of garlic and about a 1.5 inch chunk of fresh ginger, but of course you can use more or less depending on your sensitivity to ginger and garlic. And then we're going to be chopping up some veggies for this recipe, much like you would find in a sweet and sour pork recipe, which usually calls for chopped bell peppers and onions. So I'm kind of taking that similar approach to a sweet and sour pork recipe. I'm gonna infuse that into this orange chicken recipe. When you're chopping your bell peppers and onions, make sure you make big slices, big chunks. The chunkier the better, because I find when you have big squarish chunks of the bell pepper and the onion, they like sop up the sauce way better than if you had minced them into little tiny fine pieces. And I just love the crunch that the onion and the bell pepper brings to the dish. So make sure you make them big and chunky. All right, now we're gonna hop over to our skillet. We're going to warm up a few teaspoons of sesame oil. Now I personally like to use sesame oil in this recipe because it imparts a really nutty, delicious flavor. But if you're oil free, of course, you can omit it and just water saute. And then we're going to saute up the ginger and garlic and some red chili flakes for just a minute to let them kind of release some of their flavor. Then we're gonna add in that sauce, give it a good stir, and then add our veggies directly into the sauce. We're gonna just let that simmer for about 5 minutes. And then once that has simmered, we're going to add in a bit of a cornstarch slurry situation. So about a tablespoon of cornstarch to 2 tablespoons of water. That'll help the sauce to thicken up really nicely. And by this point, your soy curls will have baked up really nicely. They're super crispy and crunchy, and they have just the most delicious texture. And so now what we're gonna do is we're just going to add those directly into the sauce. They're going to absorb so much of that flavor. They're gonna have the best texture. And the nice thing about making them crispy ahead of time is that they're not gonna get soggy once you add them to the sauce. They're still gonna maintain their crisp, crunchy texture. And oh, it's so good, you guys. Just look at how it's bubbling and it's so luscious. So now all you have to do is basically just let the sauce thicken up until you can coat the back of a spoon with it, and then it's done. Once you're ready to serve it, you can garnish it with some sesame seeds, some chopped green onion, or if you like cilantro or any other fresh herb you have on hand, you can go for it. I personally love to serve this vegan orange chicken recipe on top of some fluffy jasmine rice, but you could use any other variety of rice or any other grain. I also think this would be really tasty over any kind of noodle, like white rice noodles or vermicelli, or even a brown rice ramen noodles. I think that would be so tasty. What I really love about this recipe is that it comes together in 45 minutes or less. It makes up to 4 servings. And if you opt to use the soy curls as I did in this recipe, you're gonna get a super high protein meal, which is really great if you're an individual who works out a ton and is trying to build some lean muscle on a plant-based diet. A few other optional add-ins you can always throw into this recipe are some chickpeas if you're looking for an extra protein boost, or even some edamame. And of course, you could always add some chopped nuts like I added here. I love chopped roasted cashews, or even peanuts on top would be so delicious. It is no joke when I tell you guys that when testing out this recipe, I literally made it like 3 times in 1 week because it is so flippin' good. It's literally all I want to eat right now. It's like an obsession, like deep within my soul. So if that doesn't say something, I don't know what will, but you guys gotta try out this recipe. I would be so jazzed, jazz hands, I would be so jazzed to know if you made it. So let me know in a comment below. It would make my little heart so happy. And as always, all my recipes are vegan, they're gluten-free, they're always high protein. So if that is your journey as well, make sure that you are subscribed. Don't want you to miss out on other videos just like this. And that's it. Give it a like, check out this playlist before you head out, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!